All right, this is it. This is the last prep video. The question that I'm going to post is going to look just like this, only the numbers are going to change, okay? So you're going to do the same type of stuff. And I'm going to give you a way to solve this, and you'll be right on top of it. You'll be able to do almost anything. This is a very SAT-minded question, so if you can get used to doing stuff like this using trigonometric ratios, then you'll be fine from here on in. This is it. This is the last part of it. Um, this says the sun casts a shadow of a flagpole on the ground that's 10 feet long. Okay, we need to know that shadow, shadow on the ground, 10 feet long. If the angle of elevation from the tip of the shadow or the end of the shadow to the top of the flagpole is 25 degrees, all right, we need angle of elevation is 25 degrees. How tall is the flagpole? So we want to know, how tall is the flagpole? That's our big question. That's what we have to answer. That's our X, okay, when we draw this picture. And that's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to create a right triangle, and you're going to say, okay, there's a 10-foot shadow. There's a 25-degree angle from a flagpole, and we don't know how tall it is. So we put a little flag on the top. Yeah, I'm wasting a lot of time drawing a flag. Anyway, there's our flagpole. And we're going to make it small so that we can do some work around it. We say that this angle is 25 degrees. Now, here's what you need to do. First, SOHCAHTOA. Which function are we dealing with? We have a side length, we have an angle, and we're looking for another side length. Which sides in relation to the angle that we're given are we looking for? We're actually looking for the side opposite of it, right? That's the height of the pole. If we're looking for the opposite side, there are only two different functions that we could possibly use to figure this out. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the sine function. Are we given the hypotenuse at all? So we're not given the hypotenuse at all. So we have to not use that, right? We do have the adjacent side, but we're not looking for the hypotenuse. We're looking for the opposite side. So we're going to use our tangent function. And we're going to say that the tangent of 25 degrees is equal to, oh my gosh, it's the same as the ratio of the opposite side over the adjacent side. It's equal to the ratio of that unknown side divided by the adjacent side. All right, so that's how you set that up. I'm going to set it up the same way. All right, I'm not even going to change the positions. I'm going to tell you how long the shadow is. I'm going to say how high is the flagpole or how high is the building. I think I'm just going to leave it as a flagpole. And I'm just going to change the distance of the shadow and or the angle of elevation, or both. All right, so now I have something to work with. I'm actually going to erase it and move it up a little bit because I have some algebra to do first. This says the tangent of 25 degrees is equal to x over 10. I need to get that x all by itself. I need to do some algebra. And all I have to do is multiply both sides by 10. Okay? And this 10 will cancel out here and leave me with x. And then it'll just say that 10 times the tangent of 25 degrees, because we know that has a decimal value to it. We've looked before. That previous video said you just grab your phone, which I'm about to do, and go to your calculator, and we say, okay, let's do some math. And we're going to go 25 tangent. Oh my gosh. I'm going to round to the nearest tenth. Okay, I'm going to round to the nearest hundredth, just like before, just like the previous section on the quiz. So it's the tangent is 0.466, and I'm going to round to this digit, and this is over 5 are over, so I'm going to say the tangent is 0.47 times 10, and that equals x. Well, okay, even if I don't know this off the top of my head, which I do, I'm going to do 0.47 times 10. And I'm going to say, hey, look at that. It's 4 7/10 is x. That's how you do it. All right? You need a calculator. You need your phone with a calculator. You need a calculator that has sine, cosine, and tangent functions on it. All right? That's all I'm going to put on the quiz. I may do another quiz later that lumps in finding a side length using inverse tangent functions. But for right now, I just need to solidify that you guys know exactly what I'm talking about when I have you find the ratios themselves, find the ratios on a calculator, and then solving this type of problem. All right? Thanks, guys.